Hey Leeka Loves! So this video is going to be get ready with me style. So I'll be doing a little bit of a voiceover for this one, but this look was actually picked out by my fellow Leeka Loves on Instagram. I did a poll on my story and I asked you guys what you want me to do for my look, and then you'll see by the end what we've created together. Thank you so much to all the Leeka Loves that voted on this poll, and let's see what happens. And if you are not currently subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and go ahead and follow me on Instagram, where I post most of my makeup content at Makeup by Leeka. All right, let's see how this goes. So I'm starting with my brows here. I'm using a spoolie from the back of an E.L.F. Brow pencil that I have, and I'm just pushing the hairs up and shaping the ends a little bit. It's like a faux feathery brow, not a full one, because feathery brows can get kind of crazy. And I'm just adding a little bit of product here at the end of my brows. So on my poll, the look called for either dark and defined or light and feathery. So I picked light and feathery. That's why I tried to do my feathery brow just now, but I can't resist. I need an arch. I need a brow bone highlight in my life. So I'm using the Makeup Is My Life Cosmetics eyeshadow base in medium dark, and I'm using that for basically the concealer for my brows. I just love the consistency of it. It glides on super well, and I know it's a little bit light in compared to like maybe using, I don't know, like Fawn or something for a concealer, but it really blends very well. There's no harsh lines once you blend it out, like anytime, doesn't matter what I use, beauty blender, brush, it's lovely. So I use that for my brows here, just defining the shape the way I like it. Like I said, I need my arch, guys. I need my arch. And now I'm using the eyeshadow base for its actual function, putting it right there on my lids here. And it's kind of hard for me to do it fast because I have lash extensions, so I'm always trying to make sure it doesn't go on my lashes. That's why it takes me so long. And I'm just being silly here. Okay, so now I'm just blending out the eyeshadow base with this brush. I think this is from Crown Brushes. It's like a round dome brush kind of thing. So good for blending out eyeshadow bases, but the eyeshadow base itself is really what's doing it. Easy, so easy to blend out. I'm obsessed. I'm gonna make sure I link that in the description so you guys can get it too, because it's lit. Now I know some people skip this step, but I think it's essential for my eyeshadow looks. I set my eyeshadow with the Airspun translucent powder. Just helps everything blend smoother for me, so definitely try this out. So now on to the eyeshadow. On the poll on my Instagram, it called for orange and gold. So we're starting off with an orange eyeshadow from a Juvias Place palette and a BH blending brush. I like to make sure I'm using windshield wiper motions and circular motions mixed together. And I like to cover all of the upper crease space. Okay, we ain't missing nothing. We getting all the way to the front of the brow, the end of the brow, everything. That's how a look comes together and looks seamless when you add any other colors underneath. Okay, and so now we're just doing the same thing on the other side of my eye. This color is just so pretty. I love bright like neon colors that blend out to kind of look diffused and nice. So just doing the same thing, same windshield wiper motions. So once that first shadow is blended out, we are going to go into the Saharan palette from Juvia's Place and use that orange right there in the corner. Now, one thing I do, even if I am going to use a color all over my lid, which you can see, is put that same color, especially if it's a matte shade, into my crease still as well before I apply it to my lid. I feel like it creates a better transition than just putting it on my lid in conjunction to that brighter orange we had. You'll see, I mean, as I continue to put it on the other eye, it blends pretty seamlessly and it almost just looks like one color, but you will be able to tell the difference if you just kind of slap this on by itself versus having a really pretty the orange transition in the upper crease. So it's just some tips and tricks, I mean, that you learn with eyeshadow. It may seem like a couple extra steps, but it comes out looking cute, you know? So just to intensify the orange shade, I'm going back to that original bright orange we used in the crease and just placing it on both eyelids just to make sure I can still see that color. And as you can see, I was feeling myself. Okay, so it's time for eyeliner. I'm using my NYX, I always forget the name of this when I do it in videos. I'll put it in the description bar, but it's really good. Any NYX eyeliner is gonna probably work. They're the bomb. And I'm not doing wing today. I just wanted a line. I'm gonna be putting lashes on top of my falsies. That's also what the look called for on Instagram, so I don't want to do too much with the liner. Okay, now it's time for lashes. These lashes are from the Mink label from my best friend's line. I'm going to also put her YouTube down below so you guys can see. And here they are. Aren't they pretty? This is in the style Addict. Okay, they look really good. So all my loyal Leeka Loves know my favorite part of any eye look is the brow bone highlight. I feel like I can't do a look without it. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't look right. So I'm just using a regular champagne shimmery color and, you know, feeling myself again per usual. It's time for the face, y'all. Let's get into it. So I'm starting with my Milk primer, Hydro Grip primer. It's the bomb. It's just the best thing for lasting makeup, and it really does smooth out your skin. Just putting it on my face, regular stuff. I'm going to be mixing these two foundations, Urban Decay and Smashbox. I use the Urban Decay on the perimeter of my face, and then I use my Smashbox for the inner parts. Right now, my skin is still adjusting from summer, so she's not completely one shade right now. I'm using the foundation brush from Makeup Is My Life Cosmetics, another product alert here. It's really awesome because it has like an angled kind of thing going to where you can buff it out like a regular foundation brush, but you can also get close to certain places, like right here, right next to where well, actually I'll show you guys my edges. I always like have to be careful not to get it on my edges, so the fact that it has that angle, it's helpful to get in like the little places. So I really love this foundation brush. So now on to concealer. I'm going to take that Morphe Fluidity concealer first and place that under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. And then I'm going to take the E.L.F. Hydrating Camo concealer and just go directly under the eyes. I love the like extra brightness. And then I'm going to blend out the chin and upper lip with a foundation brush. And then I'm going to switch over to a smaller concealer brush for my nose. Now what I like to do is set up my powder like before I even do my eyes, so that as soon as I'm done blending, I can immediately put the powder on. I'm going to take that same smaller concealer brush. I'm going to blend out under the eye. I like to get very close. I love a very bright yellow under eye. It's my thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out, and then I'm going to put the powder on the places that I put the concealer. The powder that I'm using is from Bakerie. It's their Setting Flower, because all their stuff is like cake theme. It's adorable. And it's black owned too. You know how I feel about that. So I do go back and forth with what I use for the setting powder, like in terms of utensils. Utensils, y'all know what I mean, brushes. So either I'm going to use a sponge like this one that's like a disposable sponge you can get from like Target, or I'll actually do like a brush to set with the powder. But as you'll see, this powder, no matter what you use with it, it's gonna work and it's gonna set your face. It's amazing. Okay, so now we're just gonna go ahead and dust off that powder off my face. I'm just using a big fluffy brush. I will be leaving some of the powder under my eye for when I do the under eye like eyeshadow and stuff. So you'll see that I'm gonna avoid that little area. And then I'm gonna go into my favorite powder, my Sephora Micro Smooth powder. I swear by her. I cannot do a look without my Micro Smooth powder. Like, it's that serious. It just blurs all lines, makes it look super flawless, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So now we're gonna go on to the under eye. I'm using a Pat McGrath Sublime palette. I'm not sure which edition, but girl, anything Pat McGrath's gonna work. you don't gotta worry. I'm using a dense like eyeshadow brush, almost like a flat brush here, and I'm just going to tight line pretty much right underneath where my lower lash line is with that gold eyeshadow. But you know me, we're not gonna leave it just like that. We need a little extra pop. So I have this like $2 glitter eyeshadow thing from, I think the company's Nika K or Mika K, and it is such a quick and easy way to bring life into a look. And on my Instagram, I think I had like a glitter option or no glitter option, so like this was my glitter. I guess I didn't want to go all out, but yeah, I love that product. Now we're gonna go ahead and do some contour. On my Instagram, I had either chisel or bronzy. By the time I recorded, it said chisel, but when I checked back after I recorded, it said bronzy. But it's kind of given both. I'm glad that I did a little bit more of a chiseled look to this. Because sometimes when you do a lighter eyeshadow look, you can kind of get away with a stronger face. So that's what I did. I just used some bronzer here. It's from Black Radiance. It's a pressed powder. And I also do my forehead. I love that look. Alright, so now I'm going to go to the highlighter. I'm actually using a pigment from MAC. The poll had said rosy and subtle or golden blinding. Now this is a little blinding, but she is rosy. And I love using pigments for my eyeshadow, for my highlighter, sorry. And I'm also contouring my nose here. It's like one of those staple steps for me that I can't really finish look like. Same thing with the brow bone highlight. I always have to contour my nose, and I'm putting a little bit of that highlighter on my nose as well, and just kind of brushing up the rest of the face, you know. Now it's time for the lips. This is a Glam Glizzy holographic lip gloss. I tried to show you guys the glitter, but you can't really see it too much. But I kind of like that for the lips. It's not too like obvious that there's glitter in the lip gloss, but it looks really reflective and very pretty. And that is the look, guys. That is it. Here's my orange and gold look. I had this cute little outro for you guys, but it did not film well. So here's just some pictures of the final look. If you like this look, please leave me a comment, and definitely go check out my Instagram for some more looks. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.